Hey everyone, welcome to Threshold. Let's go around and meet the players.
Hi, my name is Pamela. I am playing Christina Stromo, a level 7 fighter, level 1 paladin.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm Kevin. I'm playing Vel, level 8 high elf wizard. And stuff.
And stuff. All right. So as you guys will remember, this is so weird because it's last time, but the last time was actually like months ago.
Oh, we are time jumping. Okay.
I mean like months ago, real time.
Oh, yes, that
It's
too.
been a long time.
Yes.
So the last time Ölengrad happened, Siege of Ölengrad, you guys sent Kumbhakarna back to hell for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You arrived, then you and Jamie, excuse me, not you and Jamie, you guys split from Jamie and Clarion.
Right.
They went to Moray where they had all kinds of wonderful adventures that you can find over in Threshold Homecoming. And in the meantime, no, not you. You're not in it.
We haven't explained why you're at the table yet. Sit down.
So then you guys spent a little bit of time in Ölengrad where Vel, you spent some time with Sven Rotkloster, who taught you some spells, Glyph of Warding.
Yeah.
He taught you. Was there another one?
It's probably Circle of Protection.
Yes. There it is. That's the other.
Those are probably the two big ones.
And Christine, you talked with Gregory. How did that go? I'm putting you on the spot here because we hadn't talked about that.
Yeah. Pamela wants it to go very well, and everything's hunky-dory, and things are great, and...
Yeah, I don't know if that happened, but I think you guys agreed that perhaps it's better... I think you guys left amicably, considering you just saved his life.
Yeah.
But I think at least for a little bit of time, that you guys decided that maybe you need a little time apart.
Mm-hmm.
A little more time apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Awkward. Okay. Then you guys traveled from Ölengrad down the eastern coast of Aeron. What?
Boats.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that's right. That's how long it's been. I don't even remember.
Vel vomits the whole way.
Yes.
Darius left before I could take the way back. So.
Oh yeah. Darius left.
What a jerk.
He is such a jerk. Well, he is. He's Moonlight's problem now.
Yeah.
Sure
He is.
Maybe.
He is. He's Cress.
Moonlight.
Yeah, he's Cress's problem.
He's like the worst dad-in-law you could possibly have.
And then you guys arrive in. You have arrived in Marrington. Maybe a couple of weeks have gone by, settling in. You've gotten your updates from Virgie, and you've settled back into taking control. You sent out your newly trained Marrington Rangers out to the different areas around the coast. And can we get a shot of the coast? So the yellow, green just represents a resource thing to make sure that all the towns are fed. Oh yeah, keep that up. I like that. And the yellow ones represent different their troops. So that's like where her different rangers are. The miniatures are representing some heroes who we may or may not meet. So let's. All right, I'll turn it over to you guys after that long explanation of what happened last time.
Okay.
No word, I should say, Vel, from Jamie or Clarion.
Damn it. Jamie wasn't actually going to be a reliable way to get information about that, so that's just... It's alright. I'm sure everything's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
It's fine.
Everything's great.
Why wouldn't it be fine? I'm sure it's great.
Well, I know that since Christina has a level in Paladin, she read her own oath.
All right.
Okay.
You don't have to read us the whole oath.
Okay.
But, so just sort of tell us why the decision to take the level of Paladin.
I think most of it is from just kind of how she's acted. It has become very integrated into her character to kind of do good, and she does kind of have that paladin tendency. That in conjunction with defeating a great evil I think she's kind of found her way in the way of the paladin.
Okay.
she doesn't worship a god, which I know like most paladins are, but in 5th edition you don't have to do that, which is great.
I'll hand wave it anyway.
Yeah. So it's what is it? It's the Oath of Devotion, I think is the like
and
actual.
Who's your Oath of Devotion to?
It's to I guess to the people, really.
Great.
It's to protect the innocent and to put duty above self, keep the night tower lit, that sort of thing.
So awesome. So sort of a populist paladin.
Yeah, and I'll put the oath on Christine's wiki.
Great.
Just if people really want to read it, it's there. And if you want to join Christine's little paladin club, you can go right ahead.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That is a bizarre thought.
That is weird.
Campaigns layered on top of campaigns. Anyway, so let's get into it. Josh.
Yes.
You have also arrived in the city of Marenton. Because it is a good port city to land on, coming from Syraxis.
That's right.
Leaving from, let's see, probably you're from Gigaplacia. You're from the city of Gigaplax,
Right.
and which means you have come west. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, great. My character's name is Seishulan Asasik. He's a monk from a far-off land whose temple master was killed by men from Eron. So now he has been sent on a pilgrimage to, not a pilgrimage of revenge, but for his temple, they have decided to send him to repair the land from which the murderers came, to prevent it from ever happening again. So he is on a kind of a vague quest to do good and right wrongs.
So you had done some sort of research with people at the docks of Tiansha, which is one of the port cities, and you found that of all of like the places where there's like screwed up stuff over the last 15 years, the Fanged Coast, which is the if we can get back to the map, the Fanged Coast.
Patrick's only here to make sound effects. He's not playing a character.
Yeah.
It's not too far. So that is like between there's a lot of problems going on this coast between the Black Arrow Syndicate kind of not taking over, but having a strong presence here, and the Sons of the Shipwreck, as well as a lot of ogres, and until maybe 2 years ago, there being no Lord at all, and now the Lord is like gone a lot of the time, and isn't necessarily 100% accepted by the community that she lives in. So, I'm just telling it like it is. All those factors make this area a prime place for a do-gooder such as you.
Perfect.
So, where are you staying? Are you looking for an inn? Are you looking for? I know at least a temple of the Dom, which might welcome you.
I guess Asasik has been his pilgrimage has been funded by the temple, but he lives on Spartan means. So he'd probably choose a very humbly priced inn or room.
You go to a very small inn. Let's see. This is a Marenton Inn. So this is called Pike's Point, and it is little more than almost like a barracks. It's not private rooms, but it's more like big common rooms with a couple of hearths on them to keep it warm. We're transitioning slowly into winter.
Okay.
I actually have a random event generating table, and one of them is winter is here. So as it gets a little bit colder, the hearths are lit up, and so there's a whole mix of bizarre people and different visitors from Marenton, or just other people in Marenton who are just kind of trying to eke out an existence in an inn. It's like a big room with lots of bunks, maybe some privacy curtains in some areas, but it only costs a few coppers a night to stay.
Great. What time is it roughly?
What time do you want it to be?
Probably. Are we starting the day? So maybe morning.
Great. It's morning.
Great. It's morning. Has he gone off the boat today, or is he?
No, I think you've been there for a couple of days. You've gotten your bearings. You've gotten over your seasickness and that sort of like traveling, especially by boat after a couple of weeks.
Okay. He's gonna walk up to the barkeep or the innkeep.
Okay.
And he's I take it by now he's kind of explained his weird quest. Maybe they don't totally understand it, but he asks him or her.
It's a man. His name is Barry.
Okay.
His name is Barry Pike.
Very Pike.
Great. He walks up to Barry Pike and says, "Excuse me, Mister. I am in need of a. Do you require help in? He's kind of a. He's only 20.
I love it. I love just walking up to like random people and being like, "Do you need help?"
He says, I'm on a pilgrimage to rid this land of badness." His translations are off.
He kind of looks at you for a minute, and he strokes his scraggly beard that it looks like it's only a few patches, really, like around the mustache and like some on the sides. He pulls at it and he says, well, let's see here. I suppose that you could. I might be able to have you. Are you good with tools?
He thinks for a moment and says, I'm trained in tools.
Which kind of like carpentry? I have some holes in this roof that I could use repairing.
If that is what you believe will do good, then I will do this thing.
Okay, well, I'll show you on up there. He takes you outside, and he has like a busted hammer and some like shingles that look like he's maybe taken from other buildings that shingles have fallen off and put them in the bucket, and some nails that he's maybe found or bought because they're all a little bit misshapen and bent. And he says, okay, here you go. So climb on up there and go ahead and start looking for holes and hammering away. I want the roof to be ready for winter time.
He takes the bucket and nails. He bows. He says, I am humbly grateful to be able to provide you goodness. And he climbs up on the roof and starts putting the shingles in place and hammering away.
Patrick, you're nearby. You're kind of in this similar part of town because of you don't have a lot of funds to pay for a lot of things. So you're a roguish type. So you're maybe paying to stay at this inn or a similar one with what you can pickpocket during the day. Yeah. You see this 20-year-old. Describe yourself.
Great. He's kind of in a like loose silk cloth. He looks actually pretty well off. Silken cloth. Kind of like slippers. Black dark hair.
What color is your cloth?
White cloth.
Okay.
White cloth with a I guess he's of a wind temple. So
it's like a light blue sash.
I'm gonna say like a sash, be like a light blue.
It blows in the wind. It's like light silk, so it blows.
He has short dark hair and like deep black, like deep like brown eyes. But it's probably his most distinctive feature is that he's young, and like has like a slight tan skin, like a lot of the Caucasians might.
His Syraxan complexion.
That's right.
Excellent. So you see this young kid on the roof. Are you actually proficient in carpentry tools and woodworking tools?
No.
Okay, great. So give me an intelligence check.
Fantastic. What am I adding to that?
Just your intelligence modifier.
Oh, great. 10.
Okay. So you are. You are competent enough that you're able to hammer the nails into place. But excuse me, it's actually your wisdom modifier. I forgot for professions.
11 then.
Oh, okay, really? That's slightly better. So you are able to, you know enough like how to use a hammer and nails, but you don't really have enough of an idea, like based on your like knowledge of the tools or how to work with them, how to like actually repair anything. So you're just looking for holes, and you're like, well, I guess I'll just put a shingle over it and I'll nail it in. And you're putting a nail at each corner. And Patrick, your character sees all this as you're kind of walking around, maybe in the town down
Okay.
below.
Yeah. Lurking.
Describe yourself, what someone might see you, just how they might perceive you walking down the street.
Okay, I am hooded. I am wearing a tunic that's probably 2 or 3 sizes too large for me, just so the hood can cover most of my face. But I've made eye holes in the top of my hood so that I can see. Over that tunic, I have some studded leather armor, and I'm probably about 5'9" or so.
Okay.
Not super large in stature.
So you're tall for a bird person.
Bird person.
Then, I don't know, what's the average?
No, I was
By the
thinking you're a
way,
little shorter.
revealed now.
I know, I didn't
bird
even
person.
think about
Yeah.
that until I said
There
it. Whatever. That was like in my brain, I was picturing it and trying to get all the details right. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, so you're about 5'9". That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm kind of lurking around this same building. I've probably been staying there. Yeah, I've been saying it's cheap. I can afford it. I can pick enough money off of other people to stay there. And I guess I approached this young man, and I said, what did you say to him when he said, like, I humbly accept?
Yes, I humbly thank you for, what was it, your, well,
For the opportunity to do
to
good.
do good, yeah.
I approach him, and I in your exact voice, I say, I humbly accept this opportunity to do good.
It sounds like his own voice. So immediately, Asasik turns around and says, "What?"
And then I start grabbing some of the shingles and begin to start helping him. And I look over and I said, I humbly accept this task to do good.
Asasik's gonna describe the shape of your head mask.
Okay,
thing.
so you can see now at this point, when I tilt my head back, the hood pulls back a little bit and you can see a beak poking out of the hood. And you can see that my eyes, I have, there's dark feathers around them, and my eyes are dark themselves, like black on black.
Great. So as soon as you turn towards him, his eyes are going to grow large. He's going to stumble backwards and trip almost off the roof. He starts to fall and he catches himself, kind of slides a bit.
I'm going to reach out and try to grab him and pull him.
Okay, yeah, you grab him and you hang on to him.
Great. He looks up and says, "What are you?"
And I'm just going to toss him back onto the roof.
Who are you? How do you speak my words?
And in a child's voice, I say, my name is... And then back in my voice, I go, my name is...
The mimic.
This is the best.
And then I start poking his chest.
He said, "Ugh,
What is your name? In your same voice.
my name is Seishulan Asasik. You are Ka? I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name in your own language."
Meanwhile, Vel, what are you up to?
I think Vel has. How long have we been back now?
A few weeks.
Okay.
Just to give you like sort of a timeline, which might help you. The events of Homecoming have already happened.
Oh, they're already all done?
Yes, they
Wow.
have happened.
Okay.
So Homecoming, because that only takes place over a couple of days,
Right.
maybe like a week. A phase, a moon phase. So that has happened, and maybe a little while since then. So it's been maybe like a month or so.
Okay. After getting permission from Christine, I think Vel has moved out of his little shack
Okay.
and sort of more into the dungeons of Marenton now, because they're largely unused still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I need more room. Good, thank you. And honestly, I don't think many people have seen him much, but he's been conducting a lot of experiments and also just like only emerging for meals every once in a while and stuff. And those are only the meals that he can't have brought down to him, I think.
Only the meals that aren't portable in a bread bowl.
Yeah, I mean, which is like not many of them. So yeah, he's probably just downstairs experimentifying.
What are you experimenting on? Is there a particular goal that you're working towards?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out dimensional travel because I still want to figure out if Rasper's alive or not.
Okay. What in terms of like your? Do you have any spells that have any kind of dimensional?
I think I've been banishing myself repeatedly.
Okay. That is incredible. So I
banish myself for about I can
when you
banish
yourself,
yeah,
you actually it's really peaceful because I don't know where banish actually puts you. I think it's a random
harmless demi-plane.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So while you're in that harmless demi-plane, because it's your own harmless demi-plane, you do notice that you have some control over the demi-plane. How long can you stay in it? It's a minute.
It's a minute long.
So
and I can do it twice a day right now.
As you get better, it's the same consistent demi-plane, and you find that like if you concentrate while you're in there, you can like cause like loose. Like either land or like you can sort of start to shape it to your
like a dreamscape. I've been playing with that a lot. Then this is going to be great when I actually learn the demi-plane
exactly.
spell.
This is sort of like as you begin to learn how to do that.
So I've been doing that for like a few minutes a day, and then
for 2 minutes. Do you imagine 1 minute you're like you're somewhere else, you have complete control, and then like a minute, 60 seconds is up,
back in the dungeon,
right back.
Oh.
That's crazy.
It's always right before I'm about to bite the imaginary bread bowl, too. I'm always like, damn it.
It's like magic drugs.
It'd probably just be disappointing. But yeah, things like that. I also am trying to decide what to do with my staff right now. I think it's currently in a bucket that I dump out every once in a while because it's constantly bleeding. Which is probably not helping the rumors. I emerge from the basement every once in a while to dump a bucket of blood somewhere.
Oh God.
That's horrific.
That's what you've done to me with my bleeding staff.
So you're working on dimensional travel, and it seems like you have some. You're starting to learn some things about like demi-planes. I'll actually tell you some things about how each time you get banished, you just like walking through the Nexus portal, you do feel yourself like being flung in a direction, and like you are accelerated immensely fast for a brief second. And as you've gotten used to it, you've picked up on a little tiny detail, which is that you're actually like going through almost like a barrier. And when you go through that barrier, you smell like a strong scent of ozone.
Okay.
And you've sort of deduced that that's actually you being flung through your plane. You like briefly cross into the ethereal plane as you're basically like flinging yourself at super high velocity.
I was going to say the other thing I can be doing to experiment is casting Blink on myself, which randomly throws me into the ethereal plane every once in a while.
Okay, so yeah, you've basically you know that now the ozone smell is because that's how the ethereal plane smells, and so anytime there's ozone smells because something's touching the ethereal plane. Interesting.
Earning my belts and conjuration and abjuration right now.
Yeah. So you're definitely learning some things. Christine, what are you up to?
I'm running the Fanged Coast.
So lots of decisions to be made.
Yes.
On like a day-to-day basis, there is very, very rarely anything huge. A lot of the time, someone will it's like paperwork, just making sure that everything is going smoothly. Sometimes there'll be there haven't been any emergencies yet, but sometimes there'll be stuff that you have to figure out. It's mainly making sure you know where the troops are, making sure everyone's fed, and that the collection of taxes is going appropriately.
Okay, so I'm doing that, I guess. And I think I also will travel like around Merrington, just talking to like just everyday people.
Great. On one of your travels, you're walking through one of the like smaller parts of town, and you see a couple of strange. You kind of learn to know based on like who you see around, like when someone is. You don't have a perfect recognition, but you can definitely tell when someone's like out of place and from a weird spot. And you see two weirdos up on a roof, and they're doing manual labor. One of them looks like unlike anything you've ever seen, and the other looks like a young Syraxian man in his 20s.
Okay. Hello. I call up to them.
We don't want any bread. Go away.
That's my favorite thing right now.
Azazel lifts an eyebrow and turns to Christine and says, "Hello," and he awkwardly raises his hand.
Hello.
Did I learn when we were kidnapped? Did I learn the Syraxian greeting?
You know maybe like 2 or 3 words in Syraxian.
But, like-
one of them is probably hello.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
I think it's more like, does she know how they traditionally greet each other? Which she probably got a chance to see, right?
You know Nodish, so you could, yeah, you know how they would do it in
I
Nod.
do. I know how.
Yeah.
Only Velma's
I apparently
know.
have Nodish now.
Hey, congratulations.
No, you don't speak. No, you don't
Oh,
speak it.
well,
You know
fine.
like a few words. Like
Okay.
I don't know how to speak a lot. I can't.
You
fluently
can't speak
Spanish.
Okay, but you know
But
some
I can.
words.
I can say
Okay.
pardon me and hola.
Hola.
I would like a taco.
So I guess in Nodish I say hello to I say sick.
He responds in broken Nodish. He says, "Oh, I do not speak Nodish well. I am of Gigaplax." And then he starts. Do you speak Gigaplaxin?
No.
Okay, so he introduces himself in Gigaplaxin. He goes,
Okay.
Gigaplation sounds like Klingon now, by
Yeah,
the way.
apparently. Well, I've switched back to what?
Aaron.
Aaron. I have it as common.
For
Aaron's
you,
like,
it is.
yeah. I'd like to welcome you to Merrington. I've never seen either of you before.
Yes. I am new to Merrington. I'm on a pilgrimage from my temple.
Oh, where?
From Gigapax, I'm gonna wing this one. The Temple of the Whispering Wind.
I'm not allowed
And
to do
your
that.
friend?
There it
Is he from Gigaplax too?
I am new to Merrington.
This man I met, his name is Ka. I've never seen anyone of his kind.
Of his kind? Can I see that he has a little
Give me a perception check.
cool. 13.
You can tell he has sort of like avian features.
Okay.
It could be, you look at it like it could be a mask, it could be, and your hands are like sort of
Yeah, I have
feathery,
claws.
yeah.
Feathery
Okay.
claw hands.
Huh.
Talons.
Interesting.
This
Talons, if you will.
this is when Asisik turns to Ka and says, "And I am deeply sorry, friend, if I have caused you of harm for being afraid."
I am new to Merrington.
All right. Well,
What is your name?
I am.
Never mind. No, you wouldn't know that. You're a foreigner. Never mind.
I'm Christine Nostromo, the Lady of Merrington.
Ah, yes, I can see you're a lady.
I bow.
Well, I hope that your stay in Merrington goes well.
Thank you, it will. This is my first task on my long pilgrimage.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice day. She what?
Not gonna help me out here.
All
right.
What do you want?
Why don't you help me, Duke? Anyway.
Anywho,
Why don't you help me?
all
Dude?
right.
I don't.
So you walk away. You walk away. Great. So Val, what are you up to?
I'm
Sorry.
hungry.
I'm sorry.
And I can't find anybody to get me a bread bowl. So I actually, as Christine starts to walk away, there's going to be a quick scent of ozone, and then Vel is just going to pop into existence next to her. I think the spell's over now. Hi.
Hi, Belle.
Hi.
Hi.
Ethereal plane's weird.
I'm
What
gonna
you-
take
what
your
you
word on
doing?
that. Just saying hello. The two nice young men up on the roof fixing it, or
Have we seen this?
Interesting.
Did we see Vel pop
Yeah,
into
you see
front
Val
of
pop
space?
into existence.
I'm busy. I'm pulling out a bread bowl that I brought from. I'm splitting it with ice.
Instant friends.
I got one hand on the bread bowl, and the other is in the air. His mouth is just dropped open. He has never seen anything like teleportation before.
Anyway, great. Are the kitchens closed? No one would feed me. I'm hungry.
well, sorry, I'm distracted by this.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that, and they're doing that. So
Sorry, Val. I'm distracted.
I'm distracted by
It's,
that.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, Vel is still
Are you?
red coat, pointy ears.
Oh yeah. Describe yourselves.
Yeah.
Describe yourself.
Tis
You-
I.
It's been a while. Val, go ahead. You first.
Yeah. Vel, very, very tall. For an elf, he's probably about 6'4", 6'5" at least. Very, very skinny. And he is wearing a coat, a big red coat, taken from Blood Mage Tori Oselax. It looks like it's probably been magically modified a bit at this point, so it fits him a little better than when he took it off of the giant orc. But it's still very much like it doesn't quite fit him right, and there's weird things patched onto it and stuff. Long, messy hair, tied back, just enough to get it out of his face, but still kind of sticking up. There's like quills and shit stuck in it. And yeah.
As Isaac is still shocked, he says, "Are you a relic? A wizard?"
Oh yeah, hi. Yeah. Vel, hi. I am a wizard. I live with Christine in the kind of right. Yeah.
You can do magics? He starts to climb down from the roof slowly, leaving his tools behind, and he walks up and he says, "I am say Shulana Sasik. I would be humbled to shake your hand."
Not a lot of. Hi. Okay.
He doesn't understand what the one arm is. He takes both. And he says,
I leap down as they're doing this.
Haven't seen a lot of magic.
silently.
"You are the first. You are the first Orella."
That must be why you have such dirty ears. And you prestidigitates a coin out of your ear.
He goes, "This is greater magic than I've ever heard of."
I like this guy. What are you doing? Fixing a. Whoa. Like starts to kind of like walk up to them like up under the what? Nope. Come back. What? You seen this?
This is Ka. I have never seen one of his kind. There must be many here.
I don't think I've ever seen. Like tries to reach for the hood. What?
I think
Hey.
Ka kind of just lets it happen.
Okay.
Describe what your face looks like. I guess it's
I've got a dark beak, basically black, and I have black feathers on my face. I have a crow's face with crow's feet.
All bird people look the same to humans.
That makes sense.
Okay.
It's that
Racist.
subtle. It is. But I mean,
All humans look the same to me, so that's not. I'm trying to tone down the racist elf thing.
And I pull my hood back down. I'm scared.
Oh, hey, that's okay. Well, how long have you been in Merrington? Well, as Vel is saying this, he just like puffs out of existence again really quick. Blink was still on. And he'll be back next round.
Okay.
He's gone for about 6 seconds before he
2,
appears again.
3, 4. Everyone like looks around. 5.
Okay, I'm gonna. It's just he like pulls out a couple of like burning things from his pocket and like throws them on the ground and stamps them out really quick. I'm like, all right, let's not have that happen again. Where did you come from?
In a woman's voice, I say, I'm from, and then it goes into, what was the dwarf's name?
Oh, Belly Drum,
Belly Drum, the dwarf explorer's voice.
who's
And I
like
say,
200 years dead.
The land of Ignopia.
I don't know where that is. Have you ever?
No.
Val, give me a history, or Christine.
Oh, I have history.
And actually, do
Val's
you have
got lots of
history?
Yeah.
I say sick.
14.
Right? I say sick.
I say sick. He doesn't have history.
17. Vel gets +8 to history checks.
Oh, you know that that Ignacia is a sort of fabled land that was written about in there was a great dwarven explorer named Belly Drum who rumoredly traveled to the land of the bird people and wrote all about their culture.
Oh, I think I read Belly Drum's journals at one time. Really dry stuff. Hi. What are you doing here? That's like, I didn't even know that place was real. Christine, this is interesting.
Yeah? Okay, I'm going to take your word on that, Val.
Are you seeing the bird person?
Yes.
Are you not interested?
I'm more interested in your guys' conversation.
Fair enough. You like bread bowls? I saw you eating. Cultural ties. Yes. We need a good bread bowl place here, Christine. There's no good bread bowl places in Merrington.
I will
Maybe
get
maybe
right
that's
on
a goal.
Bread bowl place.
It's Vel's goal. I mean, the kitchen will make them for me every once in a while, but I don't think they like me very much.
Probably because you keep demanding bread bowls.
Yeah.
No, go on, carry on. Sorry to derail.
and dumping blood in their drain. But,
Sorry.
Well, I say, Sick, you said that you wanted to, you came here to do good.
Yes, that is my pilgrimage.
Well, there's, actually, if you join the Merrington Rangers, you can do a lot of good.
I can look into that. I must first complete my task from Barry. To fix the roof.
Be right back.
All right.
Vel walks up to the roof they were fixing, levitates up to the top, steps onto the roof, and then looks at like the nails and all that stuff, and then he just kind of like draws some circles and stuff around the area. He goes, all right, and he says an incantation, and all of it fabricates together into a complete roof.
Now you're just showing off.
Yeah.
Isaac is floored.
Vel's using his high-level spell slots to show off right now.
He says, I have only been here 4 suns, and already I have seen more than I could have ever seen in Gigaplax. I have met a birdman, and a wizard, and a lady, and Barry.
Barry.
Hey Barry, I fixed your roof.
Barry comes out and he says,
Hey Barry, I fixed your roof.
"How many people are?" he's like scratching his bad beard, and he comes out and he says, "How many people are?" And then he like sees Christine. Did you describe yourself already, Christine?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead and describe yourself now.
I am wearing full plate armor with the Damarin House sigil of the Manta Ray on it. I don't have my... I guess I do have the shield and the... No, I wouldn't carry it around town. What do I know? Traditionally, I have a Nottish steel sword and a shield with a angry giant's face on it. Blonde hair, braided in the... I guess braided. I was going to say the traditional northern style, but it's just a braid.
There's a really awesome picture of her on the wiki now.
There is.
Yeah,
It's very awesome.
It's a
really awesome.
We need more awesome pictures.
Yes.
It's awesome.
All right. So, Barry comes out and he sees Christine and Vel, and then he goes, "What? Oh!"
And I rush forward with my hands out. Hey Barry, I fixed your roof. And
he's like really confused, and he says, "Oh,
bread bowl. Bread bowl.
I'm so sorry, my lady. I hope that everything is fine. I didn't mean for you to come, and please, would you like to come in?"
Oh, Barry, don't worry about it. It's fine, really. I was just passing through and saying hello to these two fine young men.
Well, are you fixing my... Did they fix the roof? But
Hey, Barry, I fixed your roof.
I don't even... oh, yeah, I've seen you around. What, you want some compensation? Is that what...
Vel Misty steps down to Barry. Yeah. There's a lot of teleporting going on now, by the way.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you have anything to eat?
We have some, yes, come in. I'll feed all of you for your hard work. Yeah, he shows you and he says, "You'll have to excuse the mess." And you kind of see him shouting, and he says, get out, you lot, get out! Ladies are incoming!
What?
And you can see, like, as he comes in, he, like, pushes some things off of a common table, like, totally just kicking out the people who were, like, eating simple food and wine there before. And he's, like trying to, like, clean it up, but the table's dirty. The place is, it's a couple copper a day in. So there's, like, rats in the corner, and he's, like, trying to sweep it off.
Oh, it's not... You don't have to go with all this trouble, really. It's fine.
Oh, no trouble at all. These miscreants were just leaving.
Oh.
And, like, there's, like, some, like, an old man with, like, a long mustache and a kind of a young woman who kind of, like, look kind of confused. They look like kind of shadier characters as they, like, pick up their things and head back over to their beds. He goes,
These miscreants were just leaving.
And he looks over at you as you say that, and he kind of, like, eyes you suspiciously, but then he remembers his task at hand. He runs into the room. He says, "All right, there we go." And he sets, like, a jug of wine that he almost spills it. Oh, and he has, like, some old stale bread and some moldy cheese, and he puts them on the table, and you see him, like, try to rub off some of the mold, and he rubs it on his pants. And then he says, "Oh, help yourselves."
Well, thank you, Barry. It's very kind of you.
Yes, you're very welcome. Anytime. And you know what? Because you're friends here of our noble lady, I'll waive your fees for 2 nights.
Barry's a generous man.
And
man.
he kind of, like, he says, "Now, please have a seat." And he, like, sits down at the table, like, nervously.
All right. Well, Vel starts to sit down and then, like, zaps some dust off of the area he was about to sit down and sits.
Christine sits and pours a glass of, or I guess a cup of wine, and drinks it.
Yeah. Vel, like, takes a bite out of some stuff and goes, "Ugh." And he zaps it and makes it taste more delicious because you can reflavor things with prestidigitation.
What?
Mmm. Mmm.
Do me.
So you can only mimic people, huh? It's gonna be be kind of hard for you to tell me what you're doing here then.
And then I start to I pull my insignia, and I point to the crescent moon symbol on what's the lunar god's name that we?
Luna? What?
No,
Oh.
you guys have a different one.
Yeah, we have a
Oh.
special name for it. I forgot what
I
it
can't think of it off the top of my head.
is.
Come back to it, but I'll be like,
I say that lunar god's name in the what's the explorer's name again already?
Belly drum.
Belly drum. Dang it.
I think he's got it. He's got a big belly that he
Yeah,
drums.
okay. in Belly Drum's voice, I talk about I explain the crescent moon and I say the god's name. And
Barry, would it be possible for us to have a few minutes with these fine young men?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm so sorry. I mistook my place, and he bows and he walks, takes steps back to the corner, but he basically eyeing you around the corner. It makes him really anxious that you're there in his face.
Aw. Feel bad.
So you're here. Is it a religious mission? Were you sent here? What's the moon? The moon goddess returning?
the moon goddess.
Christine, I think they should come back to the castle with us.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, no, I wasn't, I was just walking by and I overheard.
Is this Barry?
Yeah, this is Barry. They have a few, a little bit of an outstanding, tab, so maybe if there was just, before you whisked them away, I had to reserve their beds, maybe a couple of silver pieces.
Weren't you waiving their stay here just a second ago?
the logic gets to him. He goes, click, click. Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, yes.
We don't want any bread. Go away.
Barry's a good guy.
I'm gonna go look at the roof. He walks outside.
You are most generous, Barry.
You are most generous, Barry.
Christine gets up to leave, and she puts a silver piece on the table.
I need to find out more about what you're doing here. And I think I have something to show you. What are you doing here? Like the moon goddess, but why here?
Perhaps we can take this conversation.
Sure, yeah, right. Back to the night tower.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys go back to town, back through town to the night tower. You see more of Marrington than maybe you guys have seen. And you walk all the way up to the... You see many famous landmarks, such as... I can't think of any of these.
That's the
here.
Temple of Adam, where a bunch of demons poured it in, and we
There
had
we
to
go.
try and kill them. And
That's the square where Gray almost tried to murder all of us. And that's where the night tower fell into the water.
You can see that the night tower has been newly rebuilt, so not as big maybe as it was before. It's just a small tower. Keep the purple flowers grow along the sides. It's right up on the cliff side, so you can see the whole bay out beyond. So you're at the very edge of town. You walk through the castle gates, through the castle courtyard. Where do you guys take them?
And this is the shack where I brought the moon goddess back from being gone forever.
I'm gonna eventually take him to my study.
Okay.
At the end of the tour, Asasik is amazed. He stops at some point and he says, "I've seen so much. You have done so many things. It would be my honor to join your quest for good." And he bows deeply.
Okay, what do you do? Are you just like a nice young man?
He
Okay.
bowed
Okay.
back up. My pilgrimage. I was sent long and far from Gigaplax, from the Temple of the Whispering Wind. My master was killed by men from Eron, and I was chosen to make this land better, so that it would never happen again. I am here to ensure the goodwill of all.
That's suspiciously benevolent.
Or he's kind.
You're right. Probably. I like you. You're kind. Right?
He bows again. It's a deep-seated bow. Bowed forward. He says, "Please let me join you. It would be my honor."
All right.
Yeah, I guess you can.
Well, we can fill out the paperwork for the Merrington Rangers up in my office. Follow me.
Did I hear Merrington Rangers?
Kristoff!
You see a little frog of a man. He's a little frog of a frog. He's a bullywug knight. He wears the red breastplate of the Merrington Rangers with the
it's red
cross
now?
shovels. It was always red.
It's green.
No.
Oh.
Raspberries.
Raspberries are green, but it's in general red.
Yes.
Okay.
But no. His is red. They're all different.
Kristoff's was Ranger
Oh,
Red.
that's right. He's the Red Ranger. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the red Merrington Ranger.
Yeah.
And so he comes up to you and says, "So, who's here to join the Merrington Rangers?"
I suppose it would be me.
Okay. Well, what do you use? Let's see. We got swords. We got shields. We got axes. What are you looking to? What do you fight with?
Well, we have none of these weapons where I'm from. We have been trained in martial combat.
He kind of sees you. So wait. So you just punch people? Christine, what is this? Some kind of a? I'm sorry, my lady. Is this some kind of joke? I mean, this isn't a tavern brawl. These are the Merrington Rangers. We gotta send some people out to Cromer, and we gotta send some people out down to Owlton and up to Haddock.
Are we going to talk to him about his weird perceptions of Rasper at some point? Rasper was Tavern Brawl incarnate.
Well,
Okay.
If I may interrupt, sir, I would be happy to demonstrate.
Okay, fine. And he stomps off with his bullywug feet, and he draws his sword at you. It's a blunted training sword, and he says, "All right, why don't you show me what you got?"
Ooh.
I will. At your command, we will begin. And Asasic, he hunches down into a wind willow attack stance. I'm ready.
This looks really foreign to Kristoff. He says, "All right. So how does this work? First one to knock the other one out or something?
If that is what you wish."
All right. We'll go a few rounds and we'll see how this goes. All right. Coming at ya! And Kristoff runs forward with his he doesn't have a sword. What am I saying?
Yeah,
He
a
has
shovel. I was gonna say, what? No shovel?
He has a shovel that he comes over and he's gonna swing it at you.
Great.
15?
It hits.
All right. So
Just barely.
he is only using a blunted shovel, so he doesn't. He's dealing you non-lethal damage. So he deals you 6 damage
Okay, great.
as he comes at you with the shovel. Boom! And hits you on the shoulder in your
Great.
wind stance.
He's in a defensive wind willow stance, and the shoulder hits, but it doesn't move him much. Almost in a hair of a second, he shoulders through the blow and flips around with his hand, and he tries to. I guess I'm going to technically grapple, but
Okay.
it's going to be a leg.
A leg sweep.
You
Yeah,
can
like
knock
three.
prone with your bonus action unarmed strikes.
Oh, okay, then I'll do that. He's going to first elbow back.
Okay.
I got 3 melee attacks. He's going to elbow back swiftly for a 25.
Yeah, that hits. You elbow back, ooh, and you hit Kristoff in the face. Oh!
Great. For just a d6, right?
Yeah.
For 5 damage.
Oh!
He swings forward with a left hook for a 27.
Yeah.
26.
That hits
sorry.
too. Yeah, tell me how it hits.
For 3 damage, and then he leg sweeps for a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
And I say 6 voice. I start going. I say 6. I say 6.
And he's going to use one key as a stunning strike.
Okay, so is he stunned? Not
so we do the damage for that because it still has damage, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's whenever you hit with a melee attack.
It's 2 damage, and I'm going to use one key as a stun strike. You have to roll a con save.
17.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so you punch your last hit is a punch to the stomach, and you can see Chris. Normally, you would have totally in like one-on-one. You forgot that he's wearing a breastplate, and so your hand just hits against the metal. But Kristoff is like, he's rubbing his face, which is like bruising the green on his face. It's like it turned into a subtle color of black. And he says, "Okay, all right, you've proven your point." And he thinks for a second. He goes, So you don't fight with a shovel?
He says, I'm not proficient in shovels.
Christine, it doesn't really seem fair to make him join the Merrington Rangers just to help out.
Well, I guess if we could certainly use someone with and he rubs his nose, good of fighting prowess as you. But I guess if you don't use a shovel, I guess that's... Christine, is it okay if all the Merrington Rangers don't use shovels?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I guess you can be a member. Does he get a breastplate?
Well, actually, Kristoff, give me one moment, alright?
Okay. Yeah, I'll go talk to the breastplate guy.
What would you suggest?
Just let him help. I don't know. He doesn't need to you don't need to put him in your army or anything.
It's not army.
He just it's a military force.
Alright. Well, alright. Kristoff.
Yeah.
After consulting with Vel, I think that perhaps the Merrington Rangers should be more of a...
I mean, unless you want to join.
Seisek says,
Like overwhelmed.
I will do whatever will help the people of Aeron the most.
Yes, Kristoff, I think that it might be better if our new friend here is not in the Merrington Rangers, simply because his fighting style is so different, and therefore the tactical advantages that the Merrington Rangers use would be skewed if his abilities were...
Okay. Sounds good. And he says, "Thanks, my lady. I'm gonna go out and train with the others."
Okay.
Nice to meet you. I Seisek, and I didn't catch your name.
Ka.
The bullywug who's a frog person, I think, has a
Yes.
natural fear of someone who's a bird person. He like goes, "Okay, I'll see you later." And he like gets out of there.
Why don't we go to my office?
Sure.
Are we in an armory or something?
You're in the courtyard.
We're still in the courtyard of the keep. Yeah, so as we're going, you're like, is there any way you can tell me, why... can we go to the dungeons really quick?
Are we in your office?
I think we're walking into the tower now.
Mm-hmm.
Towards your office.
Ka's scared right now, so he's waiting for... He's looking for somewhere he feels like he can talk and not be hurt.
Okay. Here, let's go down... I have something I need to show him downstairs. Right. So, yeah, let's go down. We kind of head down to the dungeons.
Okay. While we're heading down, I say, Sick, I didn't have you join the Merrington Rangers, but I wanted to see your abilities as a fighter. And I think that if I were to speak with you personally on some matters around the region, or you accompany me on some of these matters, I myself have sworn to do good, as you put it. I would welcome your companionship.
Of course. Thank you.
I put my arm on it, say companionship.
When this happens, Seisig actually flinches, and he says, I'm sorry, I'm not used to physical contact. We are very...
In an old man voice, I said, I'm so sorry, sir.
we are very private people.
We make it down there and a couple of weird turns, and then I open a door and I go, okay, so I just want to see your reaction to this. And I pull out the staff, Luna Advocatus, out of its bucket. It's like half full of blood right now. I go, ugh, damn it. My hands are all bloody. I go, but it's got a big floating moon above it.
I pull my hood back and you can see me in all my Birdman glory. Black feathers. The back is very like ruffled, and there's a scar along the back of my head there. And I go. Upon seeing that, I start to explain to you in Belgium's dwarvish accent, and I say that I'm from the land of Ignopia, where we worship the moon god, and there's been moon activity over here, and that's supposed to be our activity. And then I go on to explain that
you don't own moon activity.
well, but then, and that's when I say,
Oh boy.
and that's when I say, that's what I'm starting to see. We were told that we do.
Wow. You didn't make it very far west, did you? If you'd hit the homeland. Oof.
And then I go on to explain that I was on a mission to capture or kill Clarion Jones.
What? I haven't heard anything from Clarion.
As far as I know, we've taken him in Crescent Crest, Clarion Jones, and Gilmore Redford. He's in our possession.
What? Why? Why have you? What did Clarion do?
What happened in Murray?
And I made like the perfect sound of like a gun going.
Sounds like an explosion.
Whoa. Well, that sounds bad. Is Clarion okay?
I'm a deserter.
What about there's a half elf, Jamie something.
I did not see it all happen. I leave boat in escape.
Why did you have to escape?
I am a deserter.
Why did you desert?
There's been lunar activity over here.
Connect the dots, Belle.
And I get it. Okay,
Over a long, drawn-out conversation, you understand that
yeah.
we worship the moon god, and we're told that it's all ours. And I've come here because I didn't believe that, and now it seems true that
You're a truth seeker. Yeah.
yes.
Well. Wow. Thank you for not maybe being directly involved in the murder of one of our friends. I think Clarion's okay. He's going to eat a lot fewer people if he's in bird person custody.
Or a lot more chicken.
Yeah. I wonder if bird people are susceptible to lycanthropy. Hi, so are you going to be sticking around for a while?
I must investigate.
Okay, well, you're welcome to just, don't set the staff back in its bucket, like, clink. I lean it against the wall. Okay, great. I
reached out to touch it.
Careful. Okay. Yeah.
Do you let me touch it?
Yeah, sure. I don't actually know what happens when you touch the glowy moon thing, but
What happens when you touch the glowing moon?
Oh, I'm just touching the staff.
yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
You get a little bit of blood off of it. Yeah, it's ooh. Yeah, orc. It's not. That's a whole thing. He seems nice enough.
I started
Ish.
motioning, like,
Longsword, dagger, crossbow,
Is that
Is
what
that-
you use?
longsword, dagger, crossbow.
You don't have any. You want weapons? Well, sounds like he wants to help us in the same way that.
Do you want to help?
I say in a little boy's voice, I say,
I mean well.
Okay. Okay, let's, I guess, find you some weapons.
He's fun to talk to. Let's keep
I know,
him
you're having the
around.
best day ever, Bill.
Yeah.
I guess we go to the armory.
Great, you go to the armory and you get some weapons. You're looking for what, a long sword and some
Daggers and a crossbow.
Yeah, a crossbow.
Do you want some bolts for that crossbow? No, just the crossbow.
They have all those things that have been manufactured. For large numbers of Merrington Rangers now that are being both Merrington Rangers and for just like standard guards. They're sending weapons to a lot of different areas around just to kind of like bolster the defenses and start to put some new order into
Great. Well,
the world.
Christine, I have a thought.
Yes.
We have a couple of new unknowns here. And I've been hearing about trouble in Cromer lately. I'm a little worried that the Nexus Gate is acting up, and I feel like I should go have a look at it.
Okay.
Maybe they could come with me, and it would be a good chance for one of us to keep an eye on them and make sure they mean well, but also see what they can do.
Okay. I've been actually meaning to go to Cromer myself to talk to the mayor.
Great. Yeah,
Saddle up.
we can probably go tomorrow.
I'll make the
I'm a little
arrangements.
tired. Sure.
So we're gonna
Cool.
have Moonbeam and Twisty Bread, and let's give them. How about
more?
apples and love handles?
Love handles.
Apples and love handles.
Love handles was I think Darius's horse.
Oh.
Of course it was. Great. Well, I don't know quite where you're going to stay, but I guess you have a few free nights at that inn if you need it. Or
We have a spare room.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do. I've got. Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
would you like to come to Cromer with us tomorrow? We hear that something could be dangerous there.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that need help in this region
Thank
right
you.
now.
All right. Then I guess enjoy your stay, and we will see you both in the morning.
Christine, one more thing. I know I haven't put up a lot of wards and stuff, and I haven't really asked for that. I need some money,
How much?
like a lot,
How much is a lot?
like several hundred gold pieces. I mean, some of that's gonna the wards take a lot of diamond dust and stuff, which is gonna cost per ward is gonna be a lot. And then
Right.
I also have a project I'm working on that requires some more expenses. I've been adventuring with you for 3 years and I haven't asked for any money yet.
No, it's fine. No, it's Valid.
Feels
You
weird.
guys
Fine.
take a walk down to the vault,
yeah.
and you open it up, and it is
It's like the Weasley's vault.
astonishingly empty. It's a huge vault, and there's what? How much money is in it?
412 platinum pieces, 998 gold pieces, 374 silver pieces, and 4 copper.
Oh no, not
Or
it's not
7
even
copper.
that big. It's like seriously like think about it. Think about $4 worth of pennies, but in platinum. So there's like maybe a small pile of coins about this big in the middle of this like room-sized vault.
Oh. Yeah, I guess Merrington wouldn't have any other money than what we just brought back with us, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I can wait.
Or can you set up just maybe 1 or 2 wards?
Sure. I'll also start building bridges for money or something.
Or you could look for some treasure in the area.
Yeah, or look for treasure in the area.
That disembodied voice is right.
Yeah.
Or sell off some magic items. Okay.
Gasp. There.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry for uttering that faux pas.
My fat loots.
My shield.
We'll go ahead and call it there for now because that's
Great.
our time. Let's talk. Let's talk questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah.
I have to say, Josh, when you were gonna talk to the innkeeper, I was like, and Rasper voice, and then like it was a different voice. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm so excited for this campaign.
Oh, this
And
is
really
fun.
Having
Man,
the freedom to switch
you-
things up and
Man, it's really fun to see you playing a new character. You always bring like
Wait.
this great life to characters you play, man. I really love it.
I'm excited to try something new and play kind of a innocent goody two shoes type.
You've done that well so far.
Yeah.
Very different.
I really like
Yeah,
it.
very different than Raspberry.
I like the relationship between you two. That's fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Patrick, you.
The moon tie-in was so good too. I was really happy that
That's
happened
really
because it gave
great.
me a lot more reason to talk to them.
I really love like the mimic ability and just like I've noticed that you're writing down every single basically every phrase you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Like,
writing
that's
down
really
slogans.
cool.
What I can say.
Like that's really cool.
Yeah, it's
I am very concerned about it being annoying. So if it does get annoying,
No,
please
I
say
really
so.
like
so
it.
far I find it really entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
it's
long
great.
as when you have something important to say.
That's why
luckily,
I kind of just like.
yeah.
The important
Yeah.
thing is that you established that dwarf that like
So
Is
so
the
Belly
founda-
Drum. Belly Drum is a dwarf that went to. He's a dwarf that went to he is the only person to have explored east of the Norway. It was a huge expedition, and he wrote about it in his book. But he spent some time with the bird people over there, and so through talking with them enough, they sort of learned his voice. And so to speak common, they train people to speak by basically uttering every word that he has ever spoken to them to people learning common. So it's like downloading Microsoft Sam into someone's brain. He's just a Scottish dwarf.
that makes it so that at least he can say things that he hasn't heard before, and I think that mitigates a lot of the potential annoyance factor.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he just mimics,
Don't forget
he's
you can
kinda-
do sounds. You did the gun.
I did the gunshot.
Sometimes one of the really fun things is they can talk conceptually.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
crossborough could be swords could be the clang of swords.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that's
the-
right.
So
I didn't think
just
about
something fun to as you get into that headspace.
I forgot to do it. I meant to start singing "Oh Sherry Wine" when I was talking about. Press and Press.
Oh man.
Oh, and you guys just got news of Clarion. I didn't kind of realize that that's absolutely what would have happened.
Yeah.
I knew what the mission was.
Yeah,
I just- I don't know what happened.
No, I like that because now it's sort of they know where Clarion is.
Yeah.
So if they ever want to go get him,
Just
I didn't
Yeah.
figure it out. I hope that's okay.
Clarion
that's
could
great.
be-
I'm happy because now we also have
Yeah.
2 party members now that are require serious rescuing between Rasper and.
Yeah,
Clarion.
I was really torn on how I should react to the news about Clarion, to be honest. I don't want to go to all the I don't want to beeline to Sherry right now, but at the same time it's and then I was like, well, maybe Val just wouldn't. So
Yeah.
You did send him there to.
I sent him there, and it sounds like he got himself into bigger trouble. So
Bigger trouble in little bird
little-
people towns.
yeah, Little Crescent Crest.
Jones.
I loved that you used the way they say their voices.
Get him all
Get him over.
That was great.
That was good.
Yeah.
What else?
It's taken me a while to get back into Christine. That's just something I noticed. By the end, I was better, but at the beginning, it was just kind of how is Christine?
How do I
again?
ride
Yes.
this bike?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm sorry I didn't pick up on the
that
that's
was
me just not thinking.
That was me just I'm trying to weave and it worked out and then it's Okay, see you later.
I know, that was my bad. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I was just like, no.
He didn't really help either, though.
What?
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I don't like, because she wouldn't be like, oh, hey, like, random people I just met, because I meet random people every day. Why don't you come join? Like, you know, it's just not.
I'm like super scared, so I was like,
yeah,
that's why I wasn't too like.
I just felt like
it's also the thing where like these guys are weird. Yeah, and it's like you do meet new people every day, but a lot of the time
these
when
are
you
just
meet people
weird,
who are
weird people.
these are people who are here for a reason.
You needed the Vel factor because Vel likes all the weird stuff, so you know.
And
I
so
thought
like
it was delightfully
popping
awkward.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
If it didn't feel like too like
the awkwardness was felt entirely on one side, as both of us were just like.
I really like that.
hi.
Hello.
It was like the Coneheads, just like.
I really liked how that scene ended up playing out, and it gave Vel an excuse to appear out of nowhere, and then I meant to.
You blew a lot of. I was highly considering throwing a high level monster after you blew all your high level spell slots.
That's fine.
Just for the fun of that, but
I've got a lot of spell slots now, man.
not too many of the big ones though.
No, but I still have 1 4th level spell left and like all my 3rd level spells. So I'll use one for blink. But
anything else?
It's good to be back.
It's good to be.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's good to be playing again, and it's good to be playing Christine.
This is nice.
That was really fun.
Yeah, I'm happy to have everybody at the table.
Yeah, it's cool to play with new people.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I guess I'll talk a little bit. Hopefully, this campaign is going to be a little bit of a mix-em-up, where we're staying close to home in this region, and we're going to hopefully be swapping different combinations of characters and stuff fairly frequently, sort of as these missions, these things come up. So this is sort of like an introduction to the concept of there's stuff we got to do in the region. Let's do it. And so we'll figure out like when to, sometimes it'll be people sent to do something, or other times it'll be other things. So maybe we should get a checklist of things going. So that should be a lot of fun. I like seeing new characters, new faces, and new combinations of people. Four people also feels different than 5.
Yeah.
Murray had 5.
Yeah.
I like it.
I kind of like 4 people.
We have 4 here.
Feels a little more
Swift. You get a little more time.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a little more time. I like 4 personally. It's what it's balanced for. But all right. Thanks everyone for watching Threshold. I'm gonna point at the camera. My name is Steven. I'm excited to be here. I hope you're excited to be here too. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and check out all of our stuff down below. We have a Patreon. We would love just a little bit of help from you guys, so we can keep our post running, and so we can keep some of this equipment up to date and all that, as well as some other great things. We have some fun perks on there. Please follow us on Twitter and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can be abreast of the latest Threshold continuity. Check out our subreddit, especially if you want to run a game in the Threshold continuity. It's really fun because you'll make something up and then we'll steal it, and then you can steal things that I make up too. That these guys make up. Now you can be a monk from the Monk of the Whirling Wind.
The Whispering.
The Whispering Wind. You can now be a monk of the Whispering Wind if you want. And all that stuff is available on the wiki, which you can check out, and we try to keep that pretty updated, but that has all the information about our characters. If you've just come from us from the Murray campaign and you're like, who the hell is this Christine and Vel? They have some lovely backstories on the wiki. So please check all those out. Subscribe. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you for Afterwards tomorrow. My name's Steven. This is Threshold. See you soon!